Good afternoon. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Media News. The headlines. Over-dependence on President HH to win by-elections worry NDC. Rwandan refugees ask for Zambian citizenship. Details coming through after this commercial.
For immediate coverage of any breaking or latest news in Zambia and around the world on Camnet television, call the numbers on your screen. Camnet television, bringing to your screens fair news, impartial news, credible and reliable news all the time. Get the whole truth on Camnet World News. Camnet Television, not just another channel.
And other media news in detail. A 16-year-old girl of Lusaka's Mbasela compound who was recently retrieved from an early marriage has received school sponsorship from the government under the office of the Kanyama Area Member of Parliament.
Following a feature on Camnet TV a few weeks ago explaining how she was no longer desirous to continue being married at a tender age, 17-year-old Messi Tembo, not her real name, has received support under the office of the Area Member of Parliament in Kanyama constituency.
Nakwata 17 years. Tafulo kusangwa mfupawa. Nakwata no mwana mamona. So fe tuwefa kukuli imwenichi. Tuwefa support tampe na imwewe na bafyashi. Then kukonkanya po na ifu. No uteko na ba MP aba ipele shope ba tawe. Ifu na inewe inokubanga MP wa mwakanyama. Ukubonfya CDF. Uyo mwana asango wafilisho.
The young girl who resides in Lusaka's Basela compound has received a scholarship to go to a boarding school and continue her education. She is expected to commence her school in the first week of January 2023. During a feature on the news, she had explained that she dropped out of school at the age of 14 after falling pregnant and decided to get married. Now, with the support on board, she hopes to achieve her dreams and help her siblings.
Scholarship guys, mumna kala fast na mimi don't mungadile na muzinga ko na hope ya kutimza poa kusuna nyazeli na hope kutimza ya kusukuru hapa na vera bwina inenipela ya kusukuru zasuna ko na fana banga bali kupia kwanga.
A grandmother is grateful for the support rendered to her granddaughter.
Tuleta shokuti butwalirire kwe bati batusungire kwa abana bali ya mweri marriage mubupofu kukana ishiba lero nga ishiba asambirira pochimo kwe bati ngacha kuti na mweri marriage future yabo takuba twa umoto twine bayako tatubasunga tubona ulafi so nga twakwate shuka ngevi government ya landa libali ishuko pantu nishinasambirira ro filiaru fyenye tete aweke shape kaidi yawo ishuko kwe bati nindu fyanyero uli omwa omena utaka musakamana so nge uteko ifilu chitire nishinabu bomba bwino.
Concerned Citizen for Justice and Human Rights says the scholarship is a step taken to better her life.
The MP in Kanyama has offered to help for bursary. On Thursday, I went with her and others. We approached the office of the MP concerning these children that we have retrieved from the early marriages. Then the office of the MP, they have offered to support them for bursary. Come January, these people have been offered support from the area MP for Kanyama. So we are humbled and we are very happy as an organization.
She was recently retrieved from early marriage and is a 1-year-old 9-month son. Now advises other girls to stay focused in school. Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
National Democratic Congress NDC faction leader George Situla has urged that there is need for the ruling party to strengthen its structures as it is so much dependent upon the president to win any by-elections.
Zambia is among some African countries to have witnessed at least 3 electoral turnovers since independence, with the most recent occurring in 2021 when former President Edgar Lungu, who led the Patriotic Front, was defeated by President Hakainde Hichilema of the United Party for National Development. However, this victory, coupled with the recent, where the ruling party won the council chairperson by elections, those in an alliance with the UPND feel this should not make the party relax, thinking it has penetrated areas termed to be stronghold of the opposition Patriotic Front. National Democratic Congress NDC faction leader George Situla, whose party is in an alliance with the UPND, says there is need for the ruling party to go down and strengthen its structures on the ground.
Even for this government to stay for a long time in power, they need to have strong structures. Today, of course, there is too much noise coming from the structures, and we have noticed that most of the by-elections that we are winning, we are overutilizing the president. I can give an example of Kabwata. It took the president to campaign a lot to win it. The same thing happened in Kabushi and Kwacha, and also the Northern Bloc, meaning that we are so much depending on the president to go and campaign for us to do the winning. But you see, come 2026, it will be difficult because the president is not omnipresent. He's not going to be found everywhere. We've got 156 constituencies, so for him to go and campaign, it will be difficult. So we need to depend on the structures, the top leadership, to make sure that they go down and strengthen the structures for us to be very comfortable that even come 2026, it's going to be an easy election.
Meanwhile, Mr. Situla says there is no hope for the opposition Patriotic Front Party to bounce back into power following their defeat last year.
And I want to say that the issue of PF is water under the bridge. And those that are thinking that it can be rebranded and later on it gets back into government, they are fighting a losing battle. Yes, we have seen that they've got hope that they may bounce back, and of course that can only happen by miracle. Otherwise, politically, we don't see it coming back.
On the other hand, the opposition Patriotic Front firmly believes of bouncing back into power in 2026. Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
Support Older People Zambia Executive Director James Banda says the government should come up with a social pension scheme for all aged citizens as a way of ensuring income security for elderly people.
So far, what has been done through the social cash transfers and many other, of course, initiatives for social protection from which the older persons may benefit. But they are inadequate in the sense that not many of the older persons actually are covered by those. One example I like to give is that of the social cash transfer. It only covers for people 65 years and above. The population of older persons in Zambia is standing at 766,000 plus, but only 162,000 on the social cash transfer. You see that. If you talk about those for pensions, they're only around, I think, 88,000. When you add that up and compare with the total population of older persons, it's a very small number. And the poverty among older persons rate is very high, is the highest at 80%. And those are statistics from the Zambia Statistics Agency, ZAMSTATS. Now, in terms of the resources from government, like I've said, inadequate so far, but also in terms of ensuring that we can reach more older persons, so they can live a dignified and comfortable life. I think we need to redesign, maybe relook at our policies, like the National Aging Policy, the National Social Protection Policy, which is also under review currently, and of course the issue that we're coming up also with the National Social Protection Act.
The former and current Rwandan Refugees Association in Zambia has called on the Zambian government to take an interest in the suspected extrajudicial killings of Rwandan refugees in the country.
Zambia hosts over 100,000 refugees, asylum seekers, and others of concern. The majority of people of concern are refugees from the Democratic Republic of Congo and the wider Great Lakes region, as well as Angola and Rwanda, mainly in Maheba settlement in northwestern province, Mayukwayukwa in western province, and Muntapala in Wapula province, as well as in transit centers in Makeni, Lusaka, and Kenani in Chelenge. Many more are also self-settled across the country. Among those who have integrated into the Zambian community are Rwandese, known for their business acumen. But there has been a growing problem in Zambia and other Southern Africa Development Community, SADC, in that they are becoming victims of what is suspected to be extrajudicial killings engineered from their country of origin. Former and current Rwandan Refugee Association National Coordinator Innocent Rukundo cited the killing of Nshuti Vedesta, a Rwandan refugee and a businessman in Chiwombo district, last month, among other cases.
The killing of Rwandan refugees here in Zambia, or refugees who have the origin from Rwanda, it is not a new phenomenon here in Zambia. So the case of Nshuti Vedasti from Chibombo is not the new case. It has been like this for so many years. I'm hastened to say that it is not only here in Zambia, but the whole block of SADC region. We have cases of people who were killed in Mozambique, in Malawi, in South Africa, and these refugees were killed in the same way. But the only report that we saw is an international report and the international media who are pointing at the government of Rwanda to be responsible of killing refugees, particularly in this region, and the entire world as in general.
He has since called on the Zambian government to consider giving Rwandan refugees citizenship.
What we are humbly asking the mighty new Don government is to find the durable solution about this issue. One of them is to naturalize or to locally integrate the refugees who have been here in Zambia for so many years. These are current and former Rwandan refugees who have been here, and some of them were born here. They don't know even where Rwanda is. They can't speak Kinyarwanda. They are purely Zambians by nature, by birth, and by culture. And I believe if the citizenship is given to these refugees, it will increase their security and protection.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. Over dependence on President HH to win by-elections, worry NDC. Rwandan refugees ask for Zambian citizenship. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon.